Oh dang, this camera dirty. All right, hey y'all. I'm gonna wait for you. Oh my gosh, my liner. Yeah, I'm tired. So not really tired, but I don't know. I feel drained, but I wanted to come talk to you guys. What's going on, everybody? Mm, y'all, it's a wild week already. Gypsy is doing the most. Hey, y'all. First of all, has anybody seen the pictures of Gypsy at CVS? There's so much to talk about. I want to hear y'all's. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you guys. Just, I'm gonna preface this by saying, like, she's giving the crackhead auntie, including the the purse that she got on here. Tell me that that does not give what I'm saying. She even has the crackhead auntie purse and everything. Like, the purse that has everything in it. It looked like she want to ask you for 23 cents in a cig. First of all, why is she wearing wigs on podcasts and TikTok, but then out here looking like a little boy named James during the daytime? Like, it's just, y'all don't think that's weird? Like, what is happening? She looked like you'd be like, Ryan. It's just weird. Blending in, none of it's working. But y'all, I got some tea. There's a lot of tea going on right now, but let's get into it. So, have y'all heard about what's going on with Ivory Rose Grows Wild? I want to know how many of y'all know about it. Tell me that ain't some wild shit. Not sure, baby. Yes, but did y'all hear that Christy moved the washer and dryer up out the house? Out of Ivory Rose Grows Wild's house? But somebody said that Gypsy gave her money to get an apartment, but I don't believe that. I heard that too, but I don't know that for sure. But what I think is crazy is, why is Christy always at the scene of moving stuff out of people's house when they don't know what's going on? It's like, why is Christy moving stuff out? Yeah, I think Gypsy lived with Christy. That's what I heard. Word on the curb. Okay. Like Christy, you love one thing about Christy is she loved to move something up out somebody's house, and I'm sure she said a prayer before she did it. She is like the OG con artist, okay? But Ivy Rose Grows Wild is saying that she was getting abused by her former husband. The husband did a video and also went on a live, and he like, I don't know nothing about it, and he was hella calm, which is why I believe him, because he wasn't irate. He like kept, and he genuinely sounded confused, right? And he was like, well, I've never abused her, like I don't know where this is coming from. And I just feel like she's always trying to make herself into the victim, and then the irony is she's supposed to be the guest on Gypsy's podcast, the first abuse victim. You can't even make this up, okay? You know, I was thinking that, Lulu, that he could be part of the skit. I did start thinking that because I did. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something he said that I was like, hmm. I honestly don't know what to think. I'm a, I'm very confused about it. I'm unsure. The problem is they're grifting always. You know, like it's always them trying to get a dollar. Like it's like they're the panhandlers of social media. Then I also heard that they got into the weeds 2 strikes. They need to fight them strikes, cause and tell her to take them to court, cause she don't own the FOIAs. That was the Freedom of Information Act. They'll give her 14 days to file in court, and that's a lawsuit Gypsy will not win, and she will have to pay their attorney fees. Winebox Poppy's channel is gone? Why? What happened? Girl, now her husband look like the man from Vision Con, and you beginning to start thinking they related. I'm weak. Yeah, but it's not bullying. Like, she's not. Like, the fact that Gypsy wants to say she was being bullied. Girl, you killed your mother. Honestly, I think all creators need to do a class action lawsuit against her. So, whatever little bit of money she do have, and any money that she will come into, I think people need to go after her. And it needs to be a mass so it financially cripples her. That's just my opinion. I feel like she needs to be financially crippled. Yeah, first of all, saying you're bullying a murderer is really the devil's work. I doubt that Morbid is friends with any of them. Like, anyone that thinks that is really dense. Morbid's not inauthentic. He's one of the most authentic creators. He says what it is. He means what he says. He says what he means. Like, you don't have to assume anything. Whatever Morbid says is that's where he's at with it. You don't have to guess anything. You don't have to wonder. Like, Morbid's just gonna say what it is because what are you gonna do? Like, come on now. She does need some sort of consequences, but the reality is it needs to hurt her financially. Hey, Simone. It needs to be something that hurts her financially. Screw all that other stuff. Like, it needs to be something that will financially cripple her. I don't. I think at this point there is a. I mean, obviously there's a baby. There's definitely a baby, but where's the baby? Who's the baby living with? I don't know. I never said that Ryan was Gypsy's brother. What I said was Ryan looks like Dee Dee, and when I looked at the family tree, the connection looked close, but I didn't know nothing about the. I didn't even know much about the family tree, so I just pointed it out in the video, and everybody said I said that they're related. I said I don't know, y'all. If somebody knows, let me know. I really don't know, but he do look like Dee Dee. Period. So technically, they wouldn't really consider that fraud because it's a story, right? Like, who's to say a story got to be real? So that's not necessarily fraud. What would be considered fraud is like the stuff that she said about like hospitals and stuff like that. But unless the hospital tries to do anything, nothing's going to be done. Um, Now, I do think if maybe Nicholas Godejohn tried to get her for defamation, but at this point, nobody's going to hold her accountable if we're going to be honest. Not in her family or Dee Dee's family. Like, I don't know why, but at this point, they're not going to. What companies donated to Gypsy for her child? Do you know that for sure? I don't think she's going to keep getting away with everything because one thing about life is like the pendulum always swings back. It just may take some time. People that seem like they always get away with everything, it's one day, boom, you look up and they're not. Like, life doesn't work like that. You don't just walk around doing messed up stuff and it doesn't hit you at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to hit you. Oh, brands donated baby clothes to her. But is that really considered fraud? You know what, Mighty Mulatto? You're right. She's stuck being Gypsy Rose, and that is enough punishment because when you really think about it, first of all, that's why she looked like this. She can't even face herself every day. First of all, you're a bum, like a real bum. Like you know, like that's what a bum is. The fact that you looking like you about to ask somebody for 23 cents and a cigarette, yeah, I think that's enough karma. But it depends on what's most companies are never gonna go after someone for especially if it's like brands giving her stuff. Like Nothing much would come out of that, to be honest with you. No, I didn't hear. Wait, are you talking about they said there's a man that has autism that is in love with Gypsy and was sending stuff to her baby? Is that who you're talking about? I honestly don't feel like, yeah, I heard about that, but I actually heard about that like a month ago. He said he's a sociopath. Well, then she need to get with him and then let whatever they do, that's their business. Cause that let them hash it out themselves. Hey, Benel, I wonder how that would turn out. Two soci A sociopath and a psychopath. Just interesting. Y'all have at it. Y'all can hash it out at the house. You know what? I'm not gonna say if they're in love with Gypsy because it's first of all it's lust. It's because of profit. No, there's really some disturbed people out there that get off on what she did. Like there, I know this. Okay, I have never said. I don't think I've ever said this out loud. But I had met this girl. I think it was around 21, 22, and she told me that she loves when she's in the dark and her boyfriend comes in the room with a Freddy mask and a pew pew. It turns her on, and that's how they get it on. And the second she told me that, I sat there and was like, not only is that outrageous, but how do two crazy people find each other like that? Like, is there a store that y'all go to that you like? This type of people go there because I don't want a man to be wearing some type of ski mask. Come in, like the I just couldn't. Look, I don't get it, girl. He is looking so forward to his birthday. Hey, Sophia. No, I am so serious. When she said it, first of all, I was taken back, and I thought she was gonna be like, haha, I'm just joking. But no, she was serious. And just the mere thought to me about, first of all, I would piss on myself. Okay? Like, or I would probably have a heart attack. Like, the fact that, like, horror and fear, like, that blew me. Like, when she said it, I was trying to, like, oh, okay, girl, different strokes for different folks. But in my mind, I was like, where did y'all find each other? Like, did you say, okay, you're crazy, I'm crazy, let's be crazy together? Like, and did you guys do this in Walmart? Did you guys do this at Kmart? Like, where did that interaction happen to where you was like, yeah, you're off, I'm off, let's be off together? Or how do you have that conversation? Like, babe, you think you could put a Freddy Krueger mask on and get a pew pew? Like, just really just think about that. Like, my thought process with that was just basically crazy people. Like, the guy that's trying to get with Gypsy that says he's a sociopath. Exactly. Gypsy's definition of abuse is being told no and not getting away with it. That's exactly what the issue is. See now that reminds you of the chat rooms we used to go in. You ain't even lying because really, honestly, we didn't know what we was getting ourselves into. Like we had no idea who was on the other side of that computer. And when you really think about it, I think the thing that really clicked to me when I think about stuff like that is that the first realization that I had that you really have to be careful is watching Dateline and seeing the amount of men that would show up for minors and didn't think twice about it. That's when it clicked to me to be concerned. And that's why I say, like, people need to be concerned for Gypsy's baby because for someone to even have thoughts like that, it doesn't end there. It doesn't. And that's a mental issue, basically. Like, that's not something where you have a child and you say to yourself, oh, I would never do that. No, that was in your mind to do this whole time. You were just waiting to have a child to carry that out. I do think there really is a baby. I've seen, like, I know people that have sent me videos of her with the baby in stores. Like, there's definitely a baby. Like, I posted one video, but that where you really couldn't see the baby face. But I have like videos of with the baby face, but I would not post it. But I do think there is definitely a baby. Now, whether that baby came out of her cooter or not, I don't know. That I don't know. Like I can't. That would be something. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you think about that, you have to play a mental gymnastics, and I just hate going down that rabbit hole because then I start feeling like something's wrong with me. I remember when she said she was donating her time, and that was crazy. Just to view giving your time to your child as you making a donation. That's like really bizarre as a one like as a mother to even or even not being a mom, but even to phrase it like that. Think about the fact that she said donate her time, but yet when her child turned 13, you know what I'm saying? And she said she would have a conversation with her child when she turned 13 about it, right? But she said she wouldn't do it as early as 7, which leads me to believe she would do it to a young child. She just wouldn't have a conversation about it. You know, I don't think Ken would still stay around if that child was Ryan's. I don't think he would have a reason to. Yeah, I mean, listen, predators are predators. Like, and I think a lot of people, the problem is the world tries to get us to normalize predatorial behavior. So you almost feel like you're crazy by saying like that's not normal, that is not okay, protect the babies. But the world is telling you no, it's okay. Like it's just I don't know, it's so crazy to just see people think predatory behavior is okay, and it's like people need to raise their sons differently and their daughters differently too, because and I'm not saying their daughters as in them attracting predators, no, because you don't know what's what, especially like you that's victim blaming, so I'm not even into that. But I'm saying it in terms of like there's a lot of women predators too. Like when you look on these sex offenders websites, there's a lot of women on here. There's a lot of moms that have daughters that hang out with their daughters' boyfriends and stuff like that, and they do weird shit. That is something that is not spoken on enough. You know what I'm saying? Not just me though, Fly Girl. A lot of other people have put in a lot of work into it as well. But I appreciate you. And I'll say this. As much as I dislike Fancy, like Fancy gets under my goddamn skin, I will say if it wasn't for the Blanchards turning on her giving away the medical information, none of us would have had the solid or would have even really realized or even had the proof to say, like, I knew something was wrong and I had been saying that from the time she got out of prison, but to see the solid proof. So I will have to, I you got to give Fancy her flowers, like, and I'm telling you, it grinds my gears to say it, but it is very, very true. It is very, very true. If it wasn't for that, we would not have access to that information. No, literally a grifter grifting each other. But you know what? Hey, it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes y to get a fool, you got to play the fool. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is. Um, I think, Fancy thought that Gypsy was going to be her big break. It went left. Fancy said she was going to turn on him. And essentially, and that's where I feel like if the Blanchards would have kept up with Fancy, I don't think she would have ever turned on them if she was making a dollar. But is that to say she still didn't put the information out? Whether no matter what the reason is, she put the information out there, and a lot of creators have had access to that information to be able to, you know, basically expose the truth. I don't. Morbid is not messing with the Blanchards. Like I don't. Not that I know of, and I don't see him doing that. And if he was, Morbid's a person that doesn't care. He would just say it. He doesn't care. Like he does. When have we known Morbid to bite his tongue? Like really think about that. Like people could say a lot of things, but I just don't feel like he's the person that would bite his tongue. If he did it, he would have been like, "Yeah, I did it." And what? What you like? Okay, like I just don't see Morbid doing that. And I think when it comes to creators, I feel like you need to take creators for exactly the things that they don't say that you see. Does that make sense? And I say that because people's character will tell you what they would or would not do. And I'll give you an example. When you look at this whole thing with Ivy Rose Grows Wild saying that her husband abused her and yada yada yada. But she's also said like so many people did stuff to her. She said I did something to her. It's like, girl, I didn't even know who you were. Um, she said Gypsy and them were doing stuff to her. Like, but she pulled up to the girl's house allegedly. Take that for what you want. It just like when you think about it, she has a trend of saying somebody did something to her and it's just fabricated. And like, she'll have tears and everything. Oh, and the one thing I will say, Ivy Rose Grows Wild's former husband said that he was never arrested that night. He was detained for a couple of minutes while they searched his car, but he was not actually arrested. No, he did not do. There's a lot of things that y'all don't know. Y'all, the people that you're really getting played by, you don't even realize it. Y'all are so blind by, and people can't talk about it or talk on it because y'all have to see it because y'all jump down people's throats, and it's because no matter what they tell you, you're not going to see it until you want to see it. Morbid's not the one playing in your face. There's some playing in your face, but it's not him. I guarantee you that. Thank you, Sophia. I appreciate you. I'm telling you, it's not him, but there are people playing in your face, to your face. Like, trust me, there are people playing in your face. Look, I don't know about Case. I can't speak on that. Um, but there are definitely people that are playing in your face. Like, if y'all really pay attention to what's happening, like the patterns, even when you think about the fallout of the people that were on Morbid's panels, like if you really pay attention, yeah, people have been playing in people's face. It just, honestly, listen, everything that's in the dark will come to light. I don't know. I don't think Toddy would play. I don't see Toddy being. In fact, I think Toddy gives people too much of the benefit of the doubt. Like I feel like she gives people too much grace. Where when I feel like when people show you who they are, you should take them for exactly who they showed you, not anything more, anything less. Because people will say a lot of things, but action speaks so much louder than words. I could come on here and tell you stuff all day, but if I'm not walking by that, if I'm not actually doing that, it does my words mean nothing. Yeah, no, Toddy gives people too much grace, like way too much grace. Toddy's wants to see the best in people, and I I used to be that person. Um, but when I realized like that's almost like I'm almost lacking boundaries to an extent because people see that about you and take advantage of that. Okay, Sophia, I hope your dog's okay. So, Hora, I think you guys, okay, so I heard about, and I actually watched a part of it with Ivy Rose knows, um, about what Morbid said about Perez. Okay. And I really didn't want to speak on this because I feel like it's very controversial and it's not even a fear. I just don't want to deal with the drama. Okay. But I'm going to speak on it because I really do respect Morbid because he's always been genuine. Um, Now, look, granted, Perez has taken accountability for, he was younger, did something did something and said stuff that was like not the best. But I feel like, well, it was inappropriate, period. And but I think he's learned from it, and probably even more so because he has kids now. You tend to look at life very differently when you have kids and you think about someone violating your child. You tend to have a different thought on it, to an extent, sometimes and sometimes not. Uh, and I think Morbid looked at it like when people thought that he might have been a predator, people jumped down his throat. People were ready to cancel him. They were trash talking him. But yet, this happened, and I think he felt like, okay, you've seen this, but you're not holding this person accountable, but you were ready to jump down my throat. Everyone and people were running with a lie, and it still went that far. And so I understood where he was coming from when he said that, and it seemed very biased. Now, granted, I see you, but I also see on the flip side where people feel like it took away from getting the information out. And if Perez was the vessel to get it out, then, you know, people were like, whatever. But it's kind of, it's a double standard. What you think is crestable, I'm telling you, people are running circles around you and you're focused on the wrong person. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. I have solid proof of solid stuff. But when I have even tried to mention it on my platform, people were jumping down my throat. So I have learned to let y'all see it for yourselves. But I'm telling you, you think it's morbid, everybody else is playing in your face. And you're out here. What they're doing is, look over here. While they're over here doing everything else, they're snapping their fingers. You're paying attention to over here, but you're losing sight of who's really playing in your face. You're saying if you really pay attention, you're not. You're listening to the snapping of the fingers. That's what you're listening to. You think that's paying attention. Meanwhile, they're over here playing in your face over here. Trust and believe, it's not morbid. Like, it's not. Like, if you really watch what's happening and who's doing what, if you were to really pay attention, and there's enough creators that have dropped hints about stuff, just trust and believe me, it is not morbid. I know it firsthand. Like, I've seen so much. Just know. The people that are playing in your face, they're running circles behind the scenes. And that's exactly why I don't really speak to nobody. Because I know that they be running circles behind the scenes playing in people's face. Like, and I am just not that person. It's more than just her. Like, it's a couple of people. But what I'm saying is, authentic people and genuine people are genuine all the time. They're not sometimes genuine. They're not sometimes, like, if this is who you are, this is who you are. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. That's the problem, is people give people a lot of chances to keep doing the same thing. That's like you getting with a man and him being a bad boyfriend, and you're like, you ain't shit, you ain't shit, you ain't shit. And then he cheats on you and you're like, you ain't shit. Well, you told me I wasn't shit. Why are you acting surprised? I don't know what's up with Pink Pony. Like, I have no idea. Um, no, it's like they showed you that this whole time and now you're saying it. Like, what else did you want them to show you? They told you who they were. Like, you keep playing in their face. First of all, look, again, I don't like to get myself into drama. Like, I'm the person that really tries to stay away from it, not because I'm scared, just because I just don't do drama. I don't do drama in my personal life. Like, I will block whoever. Like, I don't deal with drama. Um, but I will say this, I knew straight out context was off in the head. When I saw that she had multiple videos on her page like 2 years ago about me, and I never even knew she existed, and she was trash talking me like she knew me. Like, that's when I was like, something's wrong upstairs. Like, who? Like, I'm not a celebrity. You don't know me. My personal business is not out on the internet. Like, clearly something is wrong with you. Like, I don't know you exist at all, to the point that she made the video about Kate Marie. I'm sharing it to my followers. And they're literally messaging me like, Nina, you know this girl got like a bunch of videos on her page talking smack about you. Like she trash talks you all the time. And me, like, who? I didn't even know she existed until that video, and I'm sharing it with people I know. That's when I knew that was weird. Like I knew she was weird then because that is not normal behavior. People do not like how are you plotting on me and we've never even had a conversation? I don't know you exist. Like I don't know you ever came out of someone's coochie. That's crazy. That's the devil's work. That's weird. And no matter how you view that, that's weird. Like I don't that's why even when she tried to when she apologized or whatever, it was like, okay, girl. But then when I saw you were doxing me and you were doing all that, you're a weird bitch. I have kids. I have kids. Why would you put my kids in jeopardy? Because you want to play around on the internet. But yet you're worried about Gypsy's baby. Me saying that they broke up. Like, so Gypsy's, me saying that Gypsy and Kim broke up right before her baby shower makes me an awful person. But you could dox me knowing I have young kids and I'm the villain? No, you have a cognitive delay. But it's worse than that. Like, it's worse than that. And at the end of the day, I could never respect that. And I'm that type of person, like, once you screw me over, that's it. There is no, I'm sorry and I'm going to mess with you. You notice, like, creators that I don't talk to that did something to me, I don't give second chances because you showed me who you were the first time. I would be a fool to keep engaging with you because that's the definition of insanity. You showing me who you are and I'm thinking I can change you or you're going to become something different. No, that's who you are. And if I believe I'm going to change you, that's insanity because you don't wear a diaper. Like, I'm not doing any of that. Like, I know this is who you are. I take it for what it is and I back up. It's okay. Everybody is not for everybody, and that's okay. Girl, my piece is way more valuable than any of that. So I take it for exactly what it was. Like when, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I really didn't speak that much on Straight Out of Context even after that, just because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to take out of anybody's pocket. I'm not trying, no matter whether I like you or I don't like you, no matter whether you dox me or whatever, I'm not coming for your bag. You do you, boo, right? But the level, like it's an integrity issue. Like for you to do all of that behind the scenes because you don't like me for your own personal reasons, it's crazy. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there. When I speak on a creator, like I'll say my piece, tell you that this is my issue with them, and I keep it moving. I don't drag it out. Like it just is what it is. I don't mess with that person, and that's cool. I don't I don't have to. Everybody's not for everybody, and that's okay. I'm not that person. I'm just not. That's not who I am. Drama is something I've had enough drama in my life when I was younger that when you know what peace is like, you stop caring about stuff. Like you pick and choose your battles. But I wanted you guys to know because once I saw that she was doxing my kids, she doxing me, like lying on me, and when it really sank into my brain that she was so caught up on the fact that I said that Gypsy and Ken broke up, which they did before the baby shower. She was so caught up on that, saying, I'm so messed up. Why would I do that right before her baby shower? But you were okay with doxing where my kids live at? Keep in mind, this is the same woman that unalived her mother. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Glam. Like that, I don't care how you feel about somebody. When you start putting them in jeopardy, and whether I'm safe where I'm at, regardless. But it's just the mere thought that you thought that was okay. That tells me who you are as a person, and you lack a moral compass. So it's more than just creator drama. It's more than just you being shady. It's you lacking integrity. And that, as a creator, I think that integrity really matters. It does. Period. Full stop. Like, no matter what's going on in life, especially when you have an audience. Like, I know people say like social media is not real, but I feel like you should still be you. I feel like, because you never know like who's watching you or what they're going through, or people could be feeling like, everybody in my life is inauthentic, but you're consistent in their life, but then you're a fraud, you're a liar, you're deceiving people that are watching you. That's shady to me. Like, people that are and they spend their time watching you, whether or not they are gifting you or not doesn't matter. Their time is worth money, right? Like, the fact that they're spending their time and you're just being inauthentic. Like, I don't know. For me, that's just, I think people take for granted when people take time out of their day. Like, they could be doing so many other things, but even if it's just 20 minutes that they're watching you, or just 15 minutes, that's 20 minutes or 15 minutes that they could have been doing anything else, but they took the time to sit there and watch you. Like, to just be inauthentic when whoever you are, I feel like people that enjoy whoever you are at that time, you can be you, because even if you ain't shit, like, people that like people that ain't shit will watch you. Be Like, just be you. Does that make sense? Like, and that's why I say, like, I feel like if Gypsy had came out and still just been her, like, yeah, I unalived my mom, and what? People would have been like, that's crazy as hell. But you know what? I have to respect the fact that she ain't lying to us. All right? People would have accepted her to an extent because she was 100. You may not like her, but you respect it. Okay? You like, okay, let the girl live. Okay? She ain't never lied. She took accountability. She said, I did it. Okay, and if you got a problem with it, you can get it too. Like, like, when you really think about that, that's just be whoever you are, just be that person. Like, I, first of all, it's too much energy to come on somewhere and have to put on this facade. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, let me put it on today. Now, of course, like, there's days, even like, I might have a bad day, or I don't feel 100%, and I'm doing my content, but I'm still me, right? I'm just putting aside what I'm going through or what's happening behind this, to me, but I'm still me. I'm not being someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is like, your page is your page, and you have a chance to just be you on your page because it's yours. Nobody can tell you that you can't be you, because the people that will like you regardless. It doesn't matter. And I'm just a believer in being authentic with my friendships. Like, all of my friendships, like, I have very long-term friendships. Like, my very best friend I've been friends with for 19 years. Like, other friends, like, it has been long-term friendships. Like, not I'm just not that person to be inauthentic. It's like, take this take me for who I am, or That's why when people try to say, "Oh, well, I think you should do this," like I don't mind suggestions at all, but I feel like sometimes people feel entitled to making you change the way you do things because they want you to. Does that make sense? And it's like, that's kind of crazy when you're, I don't know, it's people are weird sometimes. And when you call them out, they're offended. Like, it's like, okay, I'm just telling you, like, no, that's not okay. You know what? When I first, okay, so I didn't, okay, I had heard of Gypsy's situation prior, but I didn't know her name. It had been a story that I kept hearing about, right? So when she was coming out of prison, and everybody kept trying to figure out like, I was trying to figure out who she was because everybody kept, that song, These Motherfuckers Ain't Stopping Me, and I kept seeing her picture go viral. I'm like, who is this girl? And when I found out she was her, I was just like, okay, this is kind of crazy. Like, she's coming out with a show like that, like as soon as she gets out. Thank you, love. I thought that was just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I came out of prison after I said I was abused by my mom, I got married to my husband, I'm coming out and I'm finally able to live a real life. The last thing I would be wanting to do is to be on camera because I know I'm gonna mess up, right? Because I've been in prison this long. I haven't been out, like I was abused allegedly, right? It just didn't it just didn't seem genuine. Like for her to be like, I'm living my best life, the D is fire. It just seemed too reckless to me. For someone, you would be more reserved and trying to figure out life than going that hard. Like it just didn't make sense. Um, and hindsight, seeing those emails, and even those videos, I feel like it really gives you a lot more context to what was happening. And I'm gonna say this again, and I know you guys are gonna think I'm crazy for saying this, but okay, I knew, Nicholas Godejohn was collecting permanent disability. I knew that he had a low IQ and autism and other issues. I knew that, right? But I didn't realize how much she was manipulating him mentally and exhausting him. Thank you. Um, until watching his videos. Does that make sense? Like seeing, like she was really um grooming him like on another I don't know. I guess I had never really seen that before to that level. Like I know there's manipulative people. I know that people coerce people and people, but seeing it in the way he was like exhausted and the way she was training him, like it just, I guess it wasn't, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it was a very eye-opening moment for me to see those videos. Like I had always felt bad for the situation. And like I said, I never said that he shouldn't be accountable for it. Um, but I think that her doing it and getting away with it has created this platform where it's like, if it's someone that can't afford to fight and they're special needs, then screw them. You could, throw them away and lock the key, and you as the villain, you're out and smack talking everybody. Like, I don't know, it just seems so wrong to me. And then she's still just constantly villainizing him, and she's the villain. You know, it's like she projects everything she projected on her mom. I'm going to be honest with you, that's the type of mom that I think she is. Thank you. Does that make sense? Because the fact that she was constantly projecting that onto her, I feel like she is that parent. It's and to think that someone like that is let loose out into the world to procreate. Like, when you really let that sink in, that's crazy. Thank you, Sophia. Even what she said about her neighbor, and the fact that, like, she was stealing stuff, and she was, I don't know, it's great, like, the whole. And I think the issue with this has been, especially for, like, the media and, like, it really getting out there. I think part of the reason why we haven't really seen it come out the way we would like it to is because there's so many moving parts, and she's told so many lies and so many stories and um so much that it's hard to conceptualize and put all the pieces together to make sense out of it. Does that make sense? Girl, lately I've been using Dr. Malexin. I still use my Renutriv moisturizer, but so this Korean brand sent me some skincare right before Christmas. And I've been using it. I actually really love it. Like, I've really enjoyed it. I was shocked because it's really cheap. Um, they had like, they sent me a body exfoliant, a face exfoliant. There's a serum that has like really tiny, like, I don't know, crystals in it to where it like creates this, it's kind of like microneedling, but it doesn't hurt. So what it does is it helps with cellular turnover. Um, so it kind of like pricks at the skin for newer skin, better skin, more youthful skin to come up. And they give you like this serum, this moisturizer, these eye patches. Oh, and this balm that you can use as an eye cream. And like, it helps with smokers lines and like under eye like wrinkles and like even up here and stuff. It's actually really bomb. And I think the whole thing was like, I didn't buy it, they sent it to me. But the whole set is like $70 or $80. And so I thought it wasn't going to be good because it's cheap. Like, I'll be honest with you, there's not a lot of cheap skincare that I've tried that I could really say is good. But Korean Beauty is. Now, I will never let go of my Estee Lauder moisturizer, so I still use that moisturizer. But that Korean Beauty, yes, it's a gem. And it's like, I think it was like 50, it's like 50 something percent off. So like eventually they'll go back to their regular price. But it's been on sale on TikTok, and TikTok Shop always has good sales, even better than in the store. I don't know why. Actually, I do. They don't have to pay brand partners. So it's like you're just buying it off TikTok. So they don't have to pay a brand representative to be in a store. No, Korean skincare is a gem. Like I said, I will never give up my Estee Lauder moisturizer or Nutriv just because like that thing has my face like a baby's ass. But other things, I'm willing to do Korean beauty, and I've seen a huge difference. Colors are very tricky. First you have to figure out if you're warm, neutral, or cool. And then when you figure out if you're warm, neutral, or cool, everything is much easier. But most people go wrong there is knowing, like, do your cool tone, if you pull more of a rosy tone, um if you pull more yellow, your warm tone, or like olive, you're warm. uh and then your neutral, it's like a very, like, almost flat color, not cool or warm. You're neutral then. And there's some people that are like neutral warm. um so you just, once you figure, if you have blues, like you have blue veins, you're cool tone. So the only lines that I have used from K Beauty so far is Peach and Lily. I like them, but they're more expensive than Dr. Malexin, and Dr. Malexin has a lot of stuff. But Peach and Lily is really good. Um, Medicube is really good, and Dr. Malexin. Those are the ones that I've tried that I know are good. If you have really dry skin, you need to get a hyaluronic acid serum and a very emollient moisturizer. Because what's happening is, a lot of times you'll put a moisturizer and it's sitting on top of your face. Ooh, so I actually just got this. Dr. Malexin just sent me this. I can't wait to try it. I've been BSing and I've been leaving this in the box. I'll show you guys. So this is called Slugging. I had this by Medicube, but I'm really excited to try it by Dr. Malexin. I actually can't wait because I love this. So basically, you put this on after you do your skincare. What am I doing? So it's an overnight wrapping mask. So after you put your moisturizer, your serums on, you put this on, it dries. And so your moisturizer is not getting on your skin, I mean on your pillow, your serum. It's locking into your skin. It's almost like a cocoon, so it's allowing it to actually really get into your skin. You may want to do something like that. But I would say get hyaluronic acid for sure because you want it to penetrate the skin. Hyaluronic acid will, like, it's basically sucking in your moisturizer so it's not sitting on top of your face. Cor Corzor X is really good. I have not tried it, but I know a lot of people that have used it. Do you like the Dr. Malexin? I love it. And I'm not easily impressed by skincare. I feel like I'm a skincare snob. Um, and for me to say like it's good, especially at that price point, is really crazy. It is. It is very good for sensitive skin because it's totally clean. There's no parabens, no sulfates, nothing like that. It is really good. Yeah, so you might want to get this. Medicube has the wrapping mask, and Dr. Malexin. I think I've seen some other brands have it. It's called Slugging. So you put it on. It's like, when I say your skin will be so good in the morning because it really locked in everything that you put on there. Yeah. So it's, I always say get a serum first because if you put like a hyaluronic acid serum on, the serum penetrates the skin where the moisturizer can't just penetrate, even with hyaluronic acid, because it's mixed together. And if you put the thinnest product on, it's like it's literally sucking it right into, it's grabbing your moisturizer and it's saying, come here. So it's like getting into the skin even better. But you're right though. I hate when my skincare gets on my pillow, which is why I like these type of masks. But sometimes I'm too lazy to put it on after I put on my skincare, but I'll definitely use this. But sensitive skin, K Beauty is really good for sensitive skin. Like, I can't lie about that. Dermaplaning. So dermaplaning is really good to an extent, but I feel like sometimes people do it too often, and then it kind of just messes with their skin. Yeah, so you know what? If you have rosacea, Beauty Bio has a serum called Zen Bubble. It'll be a game changer for your skin. Like, it'll literally, you'll put it on, like, and immediately you'll see the redness go away. Because it has cica in it. Cica is it's a there's a plant that cica comes out of. And what it does is it's very calming to the skin. So it's called Zen Bubble. So it's all about bringing zen to the skin to calm the skin. But you'll literally put it on right now and the redness will go away immediately. It's like a serum toner and you press it into the skin. So like you'll put it on your fingertips. Don't rub it. Just press it right into the skin. You're pressing it into the pores. Because I feel like a lot of people, when they're even putting their moisturizer from their face, they're rubbing it in their hands first and then putting it on their face. Yes. And essentially what they're doing is wasting the product. Like everything, just put it on your fingertips because your fingertips are the thinnest, so it's not absorbing the product. Like people will put their product in their palms and then rub it into their face. Half the product went into their palms. That's why they run out of product so fast. Like if you put it directly onto your face, you'll save so much money. A lot of people waste a lot of skincare just like rubbing it into their hands first or putting it in their palms first. Your palms are going to absorb all the product. No, it's called Zen Bubble Toner. Zen um yeah, Zen Bubble Toner. You're talking about the moisturizer. The toner is, I feel like the toner is going to be better for you. And the toner is thinner, so it penetrates even faster. But it'll be a game changer for you. You will love that. Like I love like that's I actually have two of those and I always keep like back stock of that toner because it is really really good. Especially like a dry skin day. Like that's a really good product. But yeah. Um I just want to see with this podcast, I think it's interesting that Ivory Rose Grows Wow is supposed to be the first person on there. Don't y'all think that's weird? And why y'all didn't tell me about Seven Brew? That's the best coffee I've ever had. Why y'all didn't tell me about it? Like it's way better than Starbucks, way better than Dunkin' Donuts. The best coffee I've ever had. Yes. Yeah. I'm telling you, Seven Brew and their coffee is amazing, even the sugar-free options. Like every flavor could be sugar-free and they taste just as good. I'm telling you, I was low key mad when I tried Seven Brew. Um, because I was like, why did nobody tell me that their coffee was so good? Like Seven Brew's a gem, and they just put one like pretty close to my house. I'm like, This is the devil. Yeah, Seven Brew. Like I didn't really. I've seen it, but you know how you see something, but you don't ever really think that far into it because you're like passing by it. But then I was just, it's actually cheaper by far than Starbucks. Yeah, Seven Brew. When y'all try it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is so good. I didn't know that coffee could taste this good." Literally, their first podcast will definitely be like Beavis and Butthead. Like, so you know what I think? Tell me if you guys think this too. I might be completely wrong. Oh, I was eating popcorn earlier. I just realized it was on my lip. Um, but do you think Gypsy let Bree post on her page so she could get money for an attorney? Yeah, let me know what y'all think. Yeah, on TikTok. Oh, I have that live on my page. Ooh, that would be interesting. No, I'm saying like if she's monetizing on TikTok, the money, the revenue she's getting, she's I don't know, I'm thinking maybe it could be something like that. Yeah, her followers, but here's the thing. TikTok has they have a glitch in their system right now and a lot of people are losing like y'all, if they didn't have a glitch, I would have hit 400,000 followers on New Year's Day. But they had there's a glitch like because I'll gain like 400 followers in a day and then it'll only show me that I gained 2. Like there's a glitch in the system. Like there's something wrong. Like a major glitch. Yeah. And I saw even Aaron Parnas was huge creators are complaining about it. So I know it's not just me. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things. First of all, did y'all hear Ryan say that he believes Gypsy's using math too? So anyone could strike a channel. The problem is you have 14 days to file it in a court of law. And within that 14 days, if you don't file it, now she could take that to court. Gypsy would lose and end up having to pay someone's attorney fees. Yeah, that's inevitable. But YouTube is basically saying she owns it. She's saying she owns it. You hash it out with her. But if she doesn't file it in court, which a lot of people won't waste money on something that they know that they're going to lose. So it's basically YouTube is the middleman. Well, it's obvious that she's using stuff. Yeah, you can't do what she's doing. She will lose. Um, but she would have to hash it out in court, like if she files something. See, the thing about Ryan is even if he makes snarky comments, she has a chokehold on him. So she could only stall the channel for 14 days. Okay, so she filed a copyright strike from the day she files that copyright strike, she has 14 days to file something in court. If she doesn't send it to that, like, proof of that, they release it. Exactly. She looks exactly like she did when she went to prison. First of all, how the hell are you looking like a little boy named Chad during the day and then cosplay with a wig on YouTube? Like, it's just, that's weird. Like, that's not normal. YouTube should ban her, but the problem is she's not doing it on just one person's account. She's doing it on multiple accounts. Like, she's letting her people do it. Does that make sense? So because it's so many different accounts, it's like, okay, well, it's just an error, or she just didn't want to take it to court. She copy struck them and didn't want to take it to court. Now TikTok is very different. If they deem your copyright strike a real copyright strike, you like, but they go with the Fair Use Act, so you can't just copyright. It's very, they operate very different. I'm interested to see if they change that. You could definitely recognize her though. She looked like her mug shots. Like, she is just not a pretty woman, like, at all. Like, and I think because she's a bad person, you really can't see the beauty. But then when being a bad person and looking like that, that's really like, that's karma. Oh, exactly. Well, first of all, the thing is, she's really upset that Into the Weeds put those videos out. Um, because had Into the Weeds not put those videos out, the general public wouldn't have been listening. Because it's one thing to read the police reports, right? But to visually see it, to see her own self telling on herself, for you to have hours of videos recorded and saying that your mom was controlling you, that's something you can't deny. Now, I don't think Ken even knew. Ken basically wrote a check his ass couldn't cash, is what happened. Like, the videos were very impactful. And for, I think the visual of people seeing it, it was very astonishing. Because I'm telling you, the amount of apologies I have received I'm saying hundreds. So it really lets you know that people, and when I say hundreds, I'm not talking about like 100, 200. I'm talking about probably close to 7, 800. Like, the first couple of days, my email was spammed. I've had personal friends say stuff to me and then say, "Damn, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Like, I thought you were just picking on her." I'm like, when do you know me to just pick on somebody? I don't ever even care that much. Because, again, if Gypsy would have came out and she would have handled things very differently, even with her being that bad, I think people would have accepted her to an extent. I mean, think about Ash Trevino. She's, oh, you know what, y'all? I'm sorry, this is my ADHD kicking in. But who was talking about Resilience Jenkins? One of y'all told me to look into Resilience Jenkins. Baby, the hell? What the hell is that? I went down that rabbit hole one night and I said, oh, hell no. That needs to be a whole video in and of its damn self. That is nuts. Whoever told me to go down that rabbit hole, baby. That is nuts. Talk about bad parenting. But I don't think that they're predators and that's the only perk. I mean, and I'm not saying perk as in like they're good, but here's the reality. So a lot of people keep calling CPS on her and her husband, right? But what is happening to them at with them is not good. But oftentimes you take kids out of homes like that and they go into a foster care system that's even worse than that. So I feel like people will be like, "Oh, well, thank God they're, out of there, they're safe." Vino, when I tell you that's a rabbit hole, it's like a black hole. Resilience Jenkins. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so it's this lady, and I'm gonna tell you from what I gathered so far. This lady is married to her husband, but she has other kids. So I think she had three kids. Yeah, three kids before she met him. He has a child or two kids, one child, two children before they met each other. They get married, and she has another baby. Okay. Now, she, they got a one bedroom, they had a one-bedroom apartment, and the kids were all sleeping in the living room. The husband's a gamer, right? He DoorDash here and there, but he like basically games, and he don't want to work a regular job because he don't want to have to pay child support. And she basically goes viral for neglecting her kids. It's the craziest thing in the world. But now, oh, they're not married. Um, but now they're living in a hotel. It's so crazy. It's a rabbit hole that I'm talking about. Like, I just think it's crazy that people will voluntarily live like bums and be okay with it. Like, that's crazy. Oh, it's a shelter now. I don't think I got to that part. I saw where they were in a hotel. Oh no, maybe it is a shelter. It looked like a hotel. I just stumbled on that part. Um, it's such a rabbit hole. And I was half asleep when I was looking through it. Oh, it used to be a hotel. Okay. Cuz I was like, "Wait, there was something to it." Um, it's just such a crazy story. I'm going to go back through it, look through it again and do a video about it because it is so crazy. When I say so crazy, this is probably one of the wildest internet stories that I have stumbled on, like creator kind of stories. Okay, yes, that's what it was. I did hear there was another man involved. Okay. V now, because when I kept hearing about Resilience Jenkins, I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. I thought it was like a guy that was probably unhinged. Girl, not because Resilience Jenkins, you're thinking a dude, right? Girl, when I fell down that rabbit hole, I said, this is ghetto, like ghetto. And she just had her last baby in the car. Yo, she's too much for TV. Okay, that whole story is just so ratchet. Like it's so It's so ratchet. And y'all, let me tell you something. Last night, I'm gonna post a video uh for y'all tomorrow in like my recap video tomorrow. Baby, I seen this guy on TikTok live last night. I took a shower, lotioned myself up, did my skincare, and got in my bed and was laying down. So I started scrolling on my phone. So as soon as I open up the app, what shows up is this guy basically doing strip teases on TikTok live. And I said, this is how you know the economy's bad. And I'm talking about it's a wild. I screen recorded it from the outside to do a video because I was like, this is crazy. Not you being a 304 boy on the internet. You like, I need my coins, honey. I'm going to show y'all the little video I made, but it's crazy as hell. Like, when I say crazy, it's crazy as hell. Like, I just never thought in my life I would see that on TikTok. Like, when you see it, y'all gonna be like, you know, like, it's nuts. Okay, have a great night. It's nuts. I seen it and I was like, this is crazy. What am I watching? Like, this, dude, this is what you doing after hours on TikTok? TikTok is easy to get kicked off of. Which is why I don't. Okay, so he still had his clothes on, but he wanted people to see like his imprint. He was wearing silk pajamas and his boxers, and he was like, "I'm gonna show y'all the video." But when you see it, y'all gonna be like, "This is unhinged." Like, sir, it's bedtime. What are you doing? And I was like, I just want to know who is on here that wants to watch this thirst trap. Like, I'm looking at it laughing. I'm thinking you're a joke. Like, why would you do this? But I'm like, there's somebody in there watching it. Like, obviously, because he's doing it. And he's obviously getting money on that live. But I'm like, I want to know what weirdos on the other side of the screen. Like, yeah, keep showing us that imprint. Like, you know? Like, it's just weird. Like, it's just weird. I can't wrap my mind around it. Like, I just cannot wrap my mind around it. I just was like, this is so cringe. Oh, I haven't seen it. I don't know how she hasn't gotten kicked off of Gypsy's channel. I think because, okay, to be honest with you, it's probably because TikTok's going through so much right now. When you send them messages or emails or report accounts, they are taking very long to deal with it because of the change. Like, okay, so I have a TikTok manager on my backup page, and I know that they were away at a conference because things are turning over right now. So she had said like she wasn't gonna be back until the office until the 13th. So there's a lot of changes going on, and I think because of that, you're seeing like delays, and so they're not catching up with stuff right now. Thank you. But I think eventually that account will be either gone or Gypsy's gonna have to figure that part out. But TikTok's like has a lot going on right now, so I think while it's in this transition period, um, it's kind of like there's no babysitters, but there's babysitters, like the AI babysitters, but no actual babysitters yet because they not handling stuff. But y'all, I am going to get off of here, take a shower, and go to bed because I got to get my kids to school in the morning. So I will see you guys later. I'll probably try to come. I'm trying to do more lives on YouTube, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see. But I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for joining. Bye, y'all.